So today we're going to enter the realm of the spiritual side of yoga and do a 10-minute guided meditation using this very powerful technique called light mudra, or in Sanskrit, JOYTI Mudra. Some people call it Panchamukha, or 5 holes of the face. We call it JOYTI Mudra, or light mudra. One of the misconceptions people have about meditation, when they close their eyes, they feel they're lonely. They feel they're in this own world and they don't want to escape from the world. They feel disconnected to the world because their eyes are closed and they feel cut off. And that's one of the reasons why many people don't meditate or don't last too long in meditation, where in actuality, meditation is the exact opposite. You want to think of meditation as tapping into a frequency, like turning on a radio channel. You're tapping into the frequency through the ether so that you connect to the world, not be cut off from the world, but to connect to the universe and everyone in it. So this particular technique is designed to get you to plug in to the universal energy or frequency. And I know you're familiar with the sound of Om, which is supposedly the sound of the universe, the sound of God. So we think about an internal Om to also tap into the frequency, which we're going to use in light mudra. So it's a very easy technique to learn when you can master it. It can help you dive into what the yogis call the Stargate, through the third eye. They say that we transmit through the third eye, this is the 6th chakra, and we receive through the back of the 6th chakra at the medulla oblongata. So this particular JOYTI Mudra helps us to dive into that Stargate, and that's where the connection is. That's where the universal union takes place, which is the real meaning of yoga. So here's the technique. You can take your bottom 2 fingers and gently place them at your mouth. Top lip, bottom lip. Middle finger the nose. Index finger the eyes. Thumbs into the flaps of the ears so you can't hear. You're actually doing a technique. This is actually a technique in pratyahara, a technique to go within. Because of the pandemic, I know we're very hygiene oriented, so you may want to wash your hands first. Use some hand sanitizer because we're touching our face. So we're going to very gently place the fingers at that point. You can still breathe, you can still hear. It's not much pressure at all. But that's where you start. Very light pressure at these points of the face. Then you're going to imagine the breath starting at the base of the spine. As you inhale, you're going to imagine the breath rising up the spine as on the inhaling breath. And when it gets to it through your thoughts, when it gets to the third eye, that's when we press in with our fingers. So the index finger presses the eyes, thumbs the flaps of the ears, middle finger the nose, and the bottom 2 fingers the mouth. So you're cutting off the senses. We're cutting off the outside senses. This is, again, pratyahara, to withdraw from the senses. So we're pressing in. And as we press in, we're going to listen for the sound of Om. As you press into the flaps of your ears, you're going to hear humming. So imagine that's the sound of Om. And as you press in with your eyes, you're going to see a white circle, hopefully, and a blue star in the middle of that circle, and that's what they call the Stargate. And we're going to enter into that Stargate as we press. So once again, we're going to inhale, the breath rises up the spine, and we press. Listen for the sound of Om. Look for that white circle with the blue star. And we'll hold it for a few seconds. And then we let go of the pressure. We imagine the breath coming back down all the way to the base of the spine. We'll do it 3 times. Inhale, it rises up. We press for a few seconds. Listen for the sound of Om. Look for that white circle and the blue star. Let go of the pressure. Exhale, the breath comes back down the spine from the root chakra to the third eye, 6th chakra, and back again. We do it 3 times. So we're going to do this JOYTI Mudra a few times periodically through the guided meditation. So I want you to sit up nice and tall. If you're in a seated position, make sure you're comfortable. I want you to close your eyes, shift your gaze to the third eye, and here we go. Place your hands in the proper position, bottom 2 fingers the mouth, middle fingers the nose, index finger the eyes, thumbs the flaps of the ears. Take a deep breath in. The inhale rises. And press, listening for the sound of Om, looking for the white circle and the blue star. Let go of the pressure, the exhale flows down. Second time, inhale up. Press. Listen for the sound of Om. Exhale, the breath lowers down. One last time, inhale all the way up. Press, look for the Stargate and the blue star. Let go of the pressure, exhale down. And now we'll settle into our meditative state. Keeping the eyes focused at the third eye. Feel your body and your mind connecting as one. And feel yourself tapping into the frequency of the universe. can feel the waterfall, can feel the breath connecting you to the universe, all things in it. We imagine our breath and our thoughts getting very quiet and very still. Imagine our thoughts drifting across the inner vision of our mind. We want to focus on the space between each thought, like clouds across the sky. Focus on the blue sky between the clouds. Focus on the space between your thoughts. As we enter this meditation together, we find a connection, a union, a yoke. And during your own meditation, if you find your thoughts are drifting, let's go back to JOYTI Mudra. Place the hands at the 5 points of the face. Inhale, the breath rises up. And press as you look into the stargate and see the white light. Listen for the sound of Om. Let go the pressure. The exhale flows back down the spine to the root chakra. Inhale, it rises up. And press yourself into that universal connection and frequency. Let go the pressure. The exhale flows down to the root chakra. One more time. The inhale rises up. And press yourself into that universal connection and stargate. Let go of the pressure. The exhale comes down. Release your hands from your face. Continue to shift your gaze to the third eye as we continue our meditation together. With our eyes closed and as we withdraw from our senses, we are no longer alone. We shatter the illusion that we're separate. And in so doing, we rid ourselves of all suffering. We're connected to the universe, every being and everyone in it, connected to our own idea, concept of God. Not the yogic concept of God, not my concept of God, but your concept of God, your concept of the universe. Together, we find that union. We can feel the stress and the tension leave our bodies, leave our minds, as we find this connection together. We continue to gaze into the third eye, gaze into the stargate, and through the union, through the connection, we find an ecstatic state. As we plug into the frequency, we plug into a joyfulness. We find joy for no reason. Not just in our minds, but in our hearts. The true meaning of meditation is the connection to the universe, not to withdraw from it. Together, we are connected. Anytime you feel your thoughts drifting away from your focus, one last time we find JOYTI Mudra together. Place your hands at points of the face. Inhale, the breath rises up the spine. And press yourself into the stargate. Listen for the sound of Om. Exhale, let go of the pressure, and the breath lowers back down the spine. Inhale, the breath rises up. And press yourself into the stargate, into the universal connection, and listen for the sound. Let go of the pressure. Exhale down. One last time. Inhale the energy and the breath, and the prana rises. And press yourself into that universal connection. Listen for the sound. Look for the white light. Let go of the pressure. The exhale comes back down the spine. Release your hands. Keep your eyes fixed at the third eye. Together, we find the union, the connection through the stargate. JOYTI Mudra is the vehicle that brings us to a connection. We are no longer separate, not in this moment. We truly connect together. And to finish our guided meditation, I want to visualize a beautiful garden. A garden you've been to before, a garden in your dreams. And a magnificent temple that lays in the center of the garden. A body of water that surrounds the temple. And from that temple radiates a magnificent light, a golden light, and it draws us to it. We walk to the temple. We open the door, we walk in, and are immediately surrounded by this golden light. And the golden light is what we perceive, our own version, our own unique personal idea of God. We are surrounded by that light. We are connected to His presence. And our heart is full. We can use this meditation whenever we need to find the connection, to find the union, to find the yoke, the true meaning of yoga. And so it is. So you can slowly open your eyes. And I invite you to come back to this video. Use this technique whenever you need it. Whenever you need to plug into that frequency. And use this very, very powerful technique of JOYTI Mudra as we connect through the Stargate, through the third eye. And I thank you for joining me, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye, everyone.